Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Now I have a dashboard mount here, but it's quite shaky. The suction cup, it's not a flat surface, it sticks to the surface, but it doesn't make it a very stable platform. So I'll record my gauges for a little bit anyway, but the scale is open. So the bar you see over here shooting back and forth is basically saying the further it goes up this way, the worse my fuel mileage is, and the further down it goes, the better it is. So it's doing the math according to my average. Right now my average fuel mileage is 54.8. And you'll see the average getting higher or lower depending on where that blue little marble goes. Can't keep right. The scale's open. So yeah, the gauges they're going to be a shaky camera, but it is what it is. If I was keeping this truck for a long time, I would figure a way of putting a sticky mount on there, but see Automatic doing some interesting things there. And if you want to know what gear I'm in, that little gear logo there shows the gear I'm in. And the time is not right. It's 9:13. I haven't bothered changing it on there. Abandoned RV. I guess if it breaks down, it breaks down. Got a full tank of fuel. DEF is a little over half a tank. That's our air pressure. Our two tanks is a green arrow and a red arrow. That's how much brake I'm using over here. So if that gauge goes up, I'm touching the brake.
Continue on Highway 3.
I know I'm fairly light load, so I won't have to worry about weight or anything. And hopefully I remember to strap everything down this time. Just did that once where I hadn't strapped everything down. Let's see, Jason's in there eating a sandwich. I'm sure they like seeing my loads because I definitely overstrap. I think every single one of my bundles always has one more strap than legally necessary. Yeah, this shifting is definitely different since it was in the shop. The low RPM it starts in, and I know it's starting in third gear. Not used to running the low RPMs like it is, but I guess they wanted to run at lower RPMs. Better fuel economy, I guess. the scale's open. Unless it's closed for him. I'm gonna look in the mirror, but sure the scale says. The sign is right there after the bridge. Okay, let's look in the mirror. Open. So that dude just bypassed the scale. Highly illegal. Definitely a ticket there. This I'm gonna let it do what it's doing. This is the first time I've had a load on with since they did the safety on it. They must have adjusted the RPMs on this truck. Somebody plugged in the computer and made adjustments, because this is strange. What we got here? Slow, okay. Looks like they're washing the bridge. Alright, no point of cruise control after this. So yeah, we're doing our regular run from Castlegar to Vancouver. I'm actually going to Delta, delivering in Delta tomorrow morning. I have a 7 a.m. delivery. On Wednesday, so tomorrow, 7 a.m. delivery. I'll probably get to Vancouver around 7 or so, 7 p.m. So I'll have 12 hours off. Enough time to play farming sim for 2 or 3 hours. I'm gonna park at the Nordell scale. Yeah, if the truck stop across the street has space, I'll park there, but most likely I'll be parking at the scale. This load's not super heavy, as you saw if you were looking at the numbers going across the scale there. It's a pretty even load. I'm light on all the axles, nice and evenly, but it's pretty much boxed out. He could have put another 6-footer. If he had another 6-foot bundle somewhere, he could have put another 6-footer bundle on here, but that's about it. The trailer looks full. They're all narrow bundles, that's why it's so light. And the reason why they're narrow bundles, they have to go into containers. So they're designed to go into shipping containers. Today morning I stopped at Bill's Heavy Duty. And got that airline fixed. But it's a specialized airline that the Kenworths run, so you can't just undo the fitting, cut the hose off by an inch and put a new ferrule in it and put it back together. It's a specialized line. I was going to ask to have the spare parts to fix the hose next time on the road. It's like, oh, I can't. You have to replace the whole darn hose. That's annoying. It's a thinner blue line going from the truck to the trailer instead of the bigger black hose like I'm used to. Apparently it lasts longer, but we'll see. If I get a new truck and it has this type of hose on it, and if we'll see how long it lasts. I know on my International, every 3-4 months it would leak, so I would just pull in the, or go in the back, replace the ferrule, or to undo the fitting, cut off the hose, put a new ferrule on, and click it all back together. And I was off to the races again. guys can see how the fuel economy has significantly worsened. The average, yesterday driving over here, the average was around 38. I was driving empty though. And then today I popped it up quite a bit with the load on, and now that we're climbing a mountain, the average is going way up. So I'm using a lot more fuel. That'll keep going up. Likely it'll go over 100 by the time I'm at the top, but I see that camera's getting all floppy and loose again, so I'll have to try something else. And it fell over, I guess. Stop for my brake check at the top, I'll maybe just move it to a window again, or section cup it on somewhere else. If a sticky mount would stick to that surface though. Obviously a suction cup doesn't stick, so I'm not sure if a sticky mount would stick. To stick a sticky mount permanently onto a little bit of a rougher, funny surface. Any suggestions? If I were to use a mount that I have no intention of ever removing, what kind of adhesive should I be using? What I should do with the old GoPro mounts that I've stuck onto places. Peel them off, pull the sticky tape off of them, and then glue them on using some other kind of adhesive. Looks like it's going to be a fairly beautiful day today up on the mountains. See what it looks like further down on the road. Highway 3 all day. Well, until we hit Hope, and then it'll turn into Highway 1. All right, did my brake check here on the Paulson. That's what my load looks like. Incoming car. Nicely strapped down. I would like to know who came up with, okay, so here, this makes sense, right? So we've got 105 millimeter by 105 millimeter, 4 meters long. What's this? 105 millimeter by 105 millimeter, 12 feet long? Are we mixing metric and imperial, or metric and standard? Whatever you would like to call it. And there's a bunch of those. It's like 105 millimeter, 8 feet long. What? I've tried this fancy setup over here. It's quite elaborate. We'll see how that works out. Let me mount you guys on the dashboard. A little twisted up. There we go. Trailer brakes and truck brakes released. Let's roll. Hey, chip truck, you're empty. He just pulled in, he's empty. Oh, he's opening his door, so. He's getting out and doing a full brake check, no rush. I'm gonna get going. Exactly what he should be doing. Most of our drivers do that. Get out and actually do a brake check. Some other people, I've seen other drivers not get out of their truck at all. They just stop, go. Well, some people don't even stop. They just dip right by. Okay, let's go to manual mode. Saw that was at 100 when I started. I think it was over 100. So did get it up to 100 coming up. Oh, motorcycle just caught up with me. Oh, what is that? That's a brand new truck. Setka chip truck, but it's got the Setka logo on it, but it's got idle lease on top of it as well. That's interesting. I have not seen that model of international truck before, so brand new truck. So you guys can't see the gauges as well from the angle you guys are at now, but you should be able to see my RPM and perhaps my fuel mileage. Oh, here comes that Sutco truck. See, if I had known he'd be that short, I would have just waited, but I don't know. He wasn't on the radio, so. Yes, there we go. Because they're most likely they're empty trucks coming this direction. Most of the time they're empty. You see the RPM shoot up like this. I went from level 3 brake jakes to level 2, so gained speed right away. I could put our speed up over here instead if you wanted. Or would you guys prefer to see the fuel mileage? This right here, this section is why we started in the lower gear, taking our time the first section, because this is steep here. I'm going to have to hit my brakes here pretty quick. Right, brakes. Keeping them at about 10 psi. Just a short little section here that's steeper than anything else. Off the brakes again, but I'll need them again a bit over here, going around this corner. Once we've come around this corner, then usually I can start upshifting a bit. Yeah, the sun is making it a little harder to see the dashboard, but let's ride the brakes again a little bit. Never higher than 10 psi. Gear. From dispatch confirming that I do have a 7 a.m. appointment tomorrow morning, so that's good. Always sucks when if have like a 8 or 9 or 9 or 10 o'clock appointment. It's like, no, I don't want to sit around all morning. If I have some extra time off in the evening because I arrived at a customer early, I'm good with that. But in the morning, it's like, I want to run. Lights here. Just doing some rock removal, I guess. On our cleaning of signs. What a beautiful day here in the mountains. I guess you can see what temperature it is. Plus 11. Sunny day. This hill is an 8% downgrade. But the nice thing is you can hit full speed limit at the bottom of the hill. There's no tight corners right away. when you can start upshifting at the top of the hill. Because right now, basically I'm a runaway. Well, I still have full brakes, but right now the engine is not holding me back. I am going to keep gaining RPM. So I'm not a runaway because I still have full brakes. I don't have any hot brakes. But the engine is gaining speed on me, gaining RPM, gaining... But because I haven't touched the brakes at the top of the hill at all, as you're getting down here, you can go at full speed here, and in emergency I can still stop because my brakes are stone cold. Didn't want to downshift. Let's try it again. After this corner, you got to start thinking about slowing down because there's 60-kilometer corners coming up ahead. So you put your 5-10 psi brake on, get her slowed down, 15 psi. Nice and gentle. Yeah, when I first started coming down these hills, I came down a lot slower. You gotta learn the hills before coming down the mountain as fast as I'm coming down. Now, I could come down faster. I know I can safely come down quite a bit faster. After about a year of driving, I thought I had this stuff down. Like, yeah, I got this stuff, so I started coming down fast. Like, I know exactly how fast I can come down this hill. I came down at the fastest speed I can without using excessive brakes. And then I learned what my teacher taught me. Always drive at a speed that you can speed up if needed, or you can slow down if needed. So if I'm going down as fast as I can, I no longer have a margin to slow down because I'm using my brakes a bit, not excessively, but I'm using my brakes a bit. So I've warmed up the brakes a bit. They're not hot, but they're warmed up a bit. Perfectly safe to come down like that. And all of a sudden I see a really slow truck in front of me. Now I have to use excessive brake to slow down. I'll put it back in automatic mode. I did that coming down Anarchist, going into a Soyuz. Like, yep, I know I can come down this hill at 80 kilometers per hour. Cruising down, getting near the bottom, all of a sudden there's this truck crawling at 30 kilometers per hour. I'm just like, uh-oh, in the brakes. Oh, my brakes are smoking. Did that once. Never again am I coming down those mountains at a speed that I know I can come down. Very bad idea. When your brakes are smoking, you know you've overheated them, you're about to lose them, and then you're a runaway, and then you're in serious trouble. And there's only one set of brakes that was smoking. Obviously that set was set a little tighter than the rest, or grabbed a little harder than the rest, but still, when you got smoke coming out of the back, you've done something very, very, very wrong. Well, a little too fast right now. There we go. That's better. For a little bit. I use cruise control a lot. When the weather's good, I use cruise control a lot. So yeah, I've made mistakes. Cruise control can't hold me here. Or cruise control does not hold me very well in these trucks. It seems that it lets you go 7 or 8 kilometers over speed before it decides to engage the engine brakes. I guess somebody could get in the computer and tell it to go once you're 3 kilometers over, start engaging engine brakes. I think they're going for fuel economy there. Pretty sweet job running Highway 3, although I do it a lot. Every time the weather changes, the beauty changes as well. high of a gear. You want to be at 18. Yeah, I didn't think so. Nice big pull out there. Sometimes sleep over there. In the winter it's a chain up area, so you don't want to do it in the winter, but in the summer it's a good place to sleep. I'm gonna have to watch for the speed limits through Christina Lake here. It should change soon, I think. Excuse me. And drank my water a little too aggressively. What are you beeping at? Maybe I accidentally hit the shift button with my thumb. Could have accidentally done that. Kilometers ahead. Oh look, I'm already there. Speed limit's still 70. One of these days it'll be 60. I never realized that speed limits change like that until I started trucking regularly. Not a lot of places, but this is one of the towns that speed limits change in the summer. So they got a summer speed and a winter speed. Basically, once the tourists show up, they go down to 60 kilometers per hour. Pretty new police car too, nice and shiny. So up ahead here on the right hand side, there's a restaurant that had to close thanks to COVID-19, but they stayed open, and we turn off over here, take that little service road, park at the end of the road there, and they now do takeout and have all these signs here for essential workers. Signs that say truckers are welcome to go park in their yard, and they're going to make any meal we want or any meal we need. Go ahead and order it, and we'll make it for me. So it's kind of nice. We got a list of restaurants like that along the road. They're specializing in essential workers only and feeding us along the highway, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. What was the place called again? Linda's Bistro. So, thank you, Linda's Bistro. I'll get restaurant food between once and 3 times a week. That's it. I make my own food in the truck. It was definitely a lot nicer when Jess was with me and she could make the food. When I do a brake check, I walk around the truck outside. Her jumps into the back, prepares the food, puts it on the food warmer or in the toaster oven or whatever, and then comes back here, and then it's like half an hour down the road, we pull over and have lunch, right? So super handy. So if I want to make food, I just have to stop, pull over, go prepare it, get it ready, throw in the food warmer. So it takes about 10 extra minutes every meal out of the day now that Jess isn't with me. Approaching Grand Forks, British Columbia. Deer were out again last night too. Holy smokes, there were a lot of deer. Oh yeah, yesterday didn't work out. Remember, I was supposed to pick up a new driver and show him the Sutco way. Guess there were some complications on the driver's end, and he couldn't make it, so he'll get a ride with someone else. I don't know when, but they'll have to reschedule a ride for him. So that was too bad. I was looking forward to it. is it? 10:51. I don't know if I want to have lunch that early. You guys been watching the fuel economy? Dropped it down to 75. Grand Forks Fire Protection. With all the deer out, I'm surprised I haven't seen a bunch of mountain sheep over here. Always keep my eyes out from between here and Grand Forks. You always have a chance of seeing mountain sheep up on the right hand side in the mountains. Although having said that, they blend in so well. They got to be moving for you to even realize that they're there. They've got the perfect camouflage. Another loaded chip truck. It's always such a beautiful drive through here. And driving on the shoulder. goats or mountain sheep. Yeah, not mountain goats. I've never seen mountain goats here. You see mountain sheep. Mountain sheep, the bighorn mountain sheep are the ones that blend right in. The mountain goats are the bright white ones. Those do not blend in. Not in the summer anyway. Those are usually at higher elevations. Welcome to Grand Forks. The river's looking pretty darn full. Pretty darn full. I know they were evacuating parts of Fort McMurray in northern Alberta because there was a ice jam which was creating some crazy flooding. Say it happens every 8 to 10 years. All of a sudden they got a big ice jam. And Grand Forks has got flooding issues quite often as well. So far they can still handle quite a bit more water. But it's definitely flooding season, mudslide season. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these shifts. Definitely not used to it. Maybe I'll get used to it, but I'm not used to these. It's doing a lot of lugging sometimes. Like, oh, come on, you can do it. Sutco chip truck. I've bobtailed into that A&W before. Works pretty good. Couple of trucks in there getting tires. Cal Tire. I think this intersection is going to get a red light, green light, traffic control light, whatever you want to call them. Actually, I should get rid of that intersection and put a red light at this intersection ahead of us over here. Just get rid of that intersection, period, and make a service road. Alright, we're going to climb E. Holt now and then continue on their way. Catch up with you guys down the highway.
Right.
All right, just stopped here in Princeton for a quick retorque. Cal Tire here.
Turn left on Highway 3, then take the first right. the stop sign.
Well, Super B with Washington plates.
Warehouse your motor, got a copy. And here's Merrill. Can I get a load of that Ingersoll stuff for the integral plant?
The Super Bs in US aren't very off because you need
Yeah, it's not the hog, but it's that other stuff.
Continue on Highway 3.
you need permits to run 2 trailers in the US, so
Sir, I'll see you a little bit earlier. I'll meet you down there.
making decent time. Still thinking 7:30ish. I would get to the Scale or Nordell rest area. Bet you the washrooms are closed there anyway, so I'll have to think about that before I get there. Dairy Queen drive-thru is still open, but I can't drive through. I would like a nice blizzard. He passed me earlier. Yeah, unfortunately the skies didn't stay blue. Kind of gray, but still a nice day. All the way caught up with my podcast. No dumb questions. Need to find some more good podcasts like that to listen to. Back to listening audiobooks. I guess I can't really go kayaking in Manning Park while on vacation. Like, I still had in my head I'm gonna go Manning Park and we'll do some kayaking and hiking there, but likely the parks are still gonna be closed. Oh, here comes the Sutco truck. I think. Looks like one. Doesn't have the logo on the roof, but it looks like a Sutco. Yep. Fencing. like that road's kind of caving in a little more than normal on the right shoulder there. It's the right time of year that everything starts caving in, so hopefully it doesn't kind of let go while I'm on it, or anybody else is on it, but it most likely would go on while a Super B's on it. I'm sure they've got engineers looking at it, keeping an eye on it. I would hope anyway. Really hope. Sorry guys, don't have much to say. I'll just go a little further down the road here until we start climbing the S-curves and call it a day. Got another Super B catching up with me. Looks like it's a fairly light load. Well, maybe it's going to the US. Might be a load that's going to the US. See if we get a better look at it when he catches up with us. Looks like it's a Weyerhaeuser load with the green line on the lumber. Chipper's going like crazy here too. It's owned by Eco Chips. Looks like they don't have a lot of logs left. There's yard's getting pretty empty. On the yellow line. Cardboard box, okay. Further off it looked like a chunk of wood. what, almost 3 o'clock, so there shouldn't be a lot of deer out over here, but probably another 2 hours is going to be crawling with deer. He's not catching up with me very fast. He caught up with me quickly at the bottom of the hill, so he might just have more horsepower than me. Looks like there's a cased Magnum out in the field with a front end loader on it. It's my guess anyway. Everybody's out working their farms. For a roller coaster ride. Not that bad actually, just that one bump. Usually it's worse. It's always been a soft part of the highway there. At least the Garmin matches the speed limit now. The last update did a lot of corrections to the Garmin, so that's good. It used to be 90 here and they decreased it back to 80. Some people like having their flashy yellow lights on for no reason. See how the big rig every now and then. It's like got their yellow beacons going and they're not an oversized load at all. It's like, why do you have the lights on? In fact, it's illegal to have the lights on if you don't have a reason. I think he'll catch up with us on the S-curves. He's in the corner right now. I should say, I think he'll catch up with us before the S-curves. He's got passes on the S-curves. But we'll see. Super single tire in the ditch. Yeah, when that blows out, you're stopped on the side of the road. So now you're riding on the rim. It's a downside to super singles. You try to hit this corner as fast as possible and be dead on 60 at this apex of the corner and stay in the throttle, because every bit of momentum helps climbing this. Comes. Well, maybe not. Looks like he started crossing the line and changed his mind. Still behind me now. Oh, he's going for it again. Old school Peterbilt. Bundles just like mine, so he's definitely light, definitely super light. Anyway, guys, we're gonna head down to the beach. We'll see where we go tomorrow. There's quite a bit of glass on the road there. How do you end up crashing there? Weird. See what the day has for us tomorrow. steepest section right here. In the winter, if you're going to spin out, it's usually right here. Thanks guys for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. I'll see ya. You guys rock. Really appreciate all your comments. It's been fun reading them all. See what you guys write tomorrow.